On paper, electric cars are faster in a straight line, more efficient, cheaper to maintain. But for car enthusiasts like me, we're never going to truly love them, and I'm going to explain why. Real quick, hit subscribe down below. Most people that view my stuff are not subscribed, so please do that for me, and I will do my best to entertain you with the content I put out. But let's be real, EVs are quicker, off the line, and some even make this McLaren look slow. But here's the problem with them. Every EV I've been in feels the same. They're all smooth, they're quiet, and they're a good ride. Just overall, they're a giant piece of tech. But there's no soul or emotion attached to them. If all you care about is getting from point A to point B and using your car as a tool, most definitely buy an electric vehicle. But what makes a car like this or any gas engine car special is the sounds, the smells, the vibrations, and that smile you get from it. And yes, it might not be as fast as a Plaid, but the enjoyment is so much more. It's something that just can't be replaced with pure torque and speed. It is a tool, and it is not an emotional connection that you get excited to go drive. But when a friend comes to visit and he hasn't experienced it yet, it's that fun new torquey fast thing, and they're like, whoa, but immediately it goes back to just your tool. And that's the lack of connection the car people like me have with it. But cars with soul and that connection, they never get old like that. You're constantly excited to be in them and drive them, and that's why it's not just speed related, because when you're in traffic, the only time you really get to use any of that speed is when you're in the front of the line. The rest of the time, you're going the same speed as everybody else. And I hope that the trend that's going on right now with manufacturers going back to a combustion engine, I don't care if it's hydrogen or something else, as long as we can get the sounds and the vibrations and the feel and the connection, I'm fine with that. Lamborghini and a couple other brands, they're trying to get the benefits of the speed with electric, but also pair it with the engine, trying to get people like me to still like the car. They are struggling a lot. Like the SF90 was a flop for Ferrari. It was a hybrid assist 1,000 horsepower car that had so many problems that people just gave up on it. If the battery, the hybrid battery dies, it is so much money to replace. And that's something that is a common thread with these electric assisted vehicles. It's a good try. It just seems to not quite have landed. The Revuelto is another one. I know a lot of people love it. They say it drives amazing, but the owners of them are starting to get frustrated because there's just constant problems with them. I understand it's the first version of that car, so there's going to be, just like the Aventador had, but it makes it harder for car enthusiasts to get behind new technology. Not only is it new and different, but it also doesn't work. For any real car enthusiast, it's not just about speed. Sure, we're chasing horsepower and we're trying to have faster cars than other people. It's the experience and the effort that it takes to get the speed. In electric vehicles, it's a program. You just tell it how fast you want it to go. You have to have a battery equipped to handle the speed, but other than that, it's somebody telling the car to let it go that fast with the program, and then the electric motors do it. And so there's no specialness to it. It's simply just computer software and nothing to feel like it's special or unique. It doesn't matter at this point if I have the fastest car. It's actually becoming less and less important to me, the amount of horsepower a car has, and I'm more worried about the feel and the connection I have to the car. I see my next car probably being something that fulfills a childhood dream or a younger version of me wanted, so it's probably going to be some sort of a JDM style car that I can work on, because I'm from that generation of Fast and the Furious being new and just amazing, and we wanted those RX-7s, Supras and GTRs, and we couldn't get them here, so now they're available here. I think I want some of that stuff. I by no means want to get rid of this car, but I don't want to just keep jumping from supercar to supercar anymore. We all pick favorites and start to have little internal arguments about which ones are better. It's not that any really are, but we all start finding the things we connect to. I love V8s. I love more the V10 than V10s and V12s. That doesn't mean I don't like the high-pitched race car sounds of V10s and V12s. It just means that for whatever reason, I resonate with the V8 sound. Now that I've got the exhaust on the McLaren, the V8 sounds way better, but previously, because the turbos quiet them down, I was never a huge fan of the way McLaren's V8 sounded. But now with the exhaust, waking it up, it now sounds like a V8. It's still a twin turbo V8, so it loses a lot of its sound, but it still sounds like a V8 and connects me to the car so much more. While the car seems to be shrinking because of these types of cars, I do see a nice trend happening when I'm in this car. A lot of kids come up and want to talk about it, hear it, and touch it. So that gives me hope that maybe the car scene will come back. There's just a little generation gap right now. Like my daughter's age that just likes the electric vehicles because of the tech integration into them. Sure, there's a small market of people that customize their electric cars, but it's really just put a body kit and a wrap on it, and you still don't get that connection. But in my experience with sharing this car especially, there is a young generation that are starting to come back and really like combustion engine cars. But that's part of why I share my journey of anything from trucks, SUVs, supercars, motorcycles. I love cars and I want to share that love. Some of my favorite stuff, I say it in almost every video, is sharing that with other people. Definitely drop a comment below. Let me know what it is that's your favorite sounding car. If there's someone out there you might know that would enjoy this kind of content, definitely share it with them as well. I'll see you on the next one.